In this video, we're going to explore the library as we continue to look at the different areas of the Arrange window. Before I get to that though, I want to remind you it's really important to save your work under File, Save, Command S, memorize that key command. But I want to do something else right now. I'm going to do Save As. I want to save this as a different version. Now this is called L9E, this project file. I want to go Save As, and it defaults to my project folder. And I'm going to call this L9E version 2. And the key command for Save As is Command-Shift-S. Save. And now it's updated to L9E version 2, and my original one is intact. And this is a great way of backing up your work at specific intervals that you feel are relevant to you. And I'm doing this now because I want to change some settings on our channel strips here, and I'm going to upload these as files for you guys to look at. So I want to have the original ones intact, and now we're going to have a new version. So let's look at the library. You can open it, as we saw in one of the earlier videos, by clicking the Media button and then clicking the Library tab. But there's also a key command shortcut, and that's R. So R will toggle it open and closed. Before we get to that, what I want to do is I want to work on this drum track, and what I want to do is I want to solo it and I want to loop it. So I'm going to hit this little S button here, and this is a track solo button. And the key command for that is Control S. Control S for track solo. And that'll toggle it on or off. And I also want to cycle an area of it over and over again. Now you see this little shaded area on the top. If I just click in the bar ruler here, it turns on this gray area, and this is a cycle zone, meaning that this area will be looped over and over again. And there are different handles at the end. You can resize the length of the cycle zone that way, and the front handle like that. But let's leave it like that, looping 4 bars. And you see the length and parameters of the cycle zone displayed in the transport bar down here. You can alter them here as well. You can start and stop or alter the length of the cycle zone that way. And the / key on the numeric part of your keyboard will toggle cycle on or off. And when we hit play now, we're going to hear just that. So I'm going to hit R to open the library. And you see the halo around the channel strip settings area here. So these are displaying channel strips for the channel strip settings area rather than presets for plugins, which we'll look at soon. So your library will probably look like this, and these ones up here are my user-defined channel strip settings that I've set for various projects that I've been working on, but we're going to work with some of these. So let's go to drums and percussion just to start with, and we'll choose acoustic drums. And you can navigate through these using the arrow keys up and down like that, and left and right to move through the different hierarchies. So let's go to acoustic kit, and let's hear that. I just clicked on that one, and it updated and called up all these variety of plugins that are associated with this channel strip setting. And as I'm playing, I can use the arrow keys or just click on them, and it'll update. It's a much drier sound. So this is a great way of experimenting with the sound of your loops as you're playing with loops or any audio tracks that you've recorded. Let's go to some warped ones and see if we can get something a little bit unusual. Let's go drum transformers. Let's try textures. And as I'm clicking on each one, you'll see the entire chain of plugins is changing, and the name of the channel strip setting is displayed there. Let's try this one, Dark Noisealizer. There's the new name, there's the plugin chain, and there's the shape of the EQ that's being used in this channel EQ here. Updates again. I like this one. Let's go with that. Let's move on now. I'm going to hit Control S to take off that track solo, and I'm going to select the next one and hit Control S. And now we have the bass sound. Now this is a software instrument track. So now we're getting a different subset of library settings to choose from. We're getting instrument channel strip settings. So let's see what we can do with bass. I'm going to go to bass, and I'll click electric bass. Let's listen to it as it is right now. And we'll try some other basses. That's interesting. Let's try some synth basses. And each time I change, it loads in samples when necessary, changes the plugin setting, and calls up the new channel strip name over there. Let's go back here. I'm going to leave that one nice and short. Let's go on to our clavinet one now. And this time I'll use the mouse to turn off the solo button and put it on there, and it's still going to cycle through that same range. And now we're back to an audio track, and we have all the audio-based channel strip settings. Let's try something a little weird and wacky. Let's take some electric guitar processing and try applying that to our clavinet part. Let's try some complete rig settings. Go to R&B. Okay, I think I like that one. Now it's called up a chain of plugins here, and we see here the halo is around the channel strip setting name, so the library is displaying channel strip settings. Now if I click on one of these, this will update and display the settings now pertaining to the specific plugins. So we can use this chain and customize it by using different pedal board setups. Let's try that. I'm going to use that preset there, and we can continue on and customize the presets. There's the amp designer, and use different presets. Let's go to channel EQ and use some presets there. I'm going to go high cut and low cut. Let's try this. I just filtered off all the low frequencies. That's kind of interesting. So there's a way of calling up different channel strip settings on top of already existing parts and customizing them even more from the default settings. Let's hit R to close the library, and I'm going to take this out of solo mode, and let's listen to our arrangement now with the new sounds. Quite different than what we started with, and they're not really new sounds, it's more like new processing. So that's the library, and that's how it can be used. R will toggle it open or closed, and depending which field is active here, the settings will be displayed for those fields, either channel strip settings or plugin specific settings and presets. So experiment with that, stay tuned, have fun, and I'll see you for more next time.